thanks for turning out. I'd like to thank all the supporters for turning out in this way. And when we started the journey, I think one of the questions I was asked was, is this something for your CV or questions like that? And I said no. I said because one of the biggest motivations that we have is that we can offer, or we can try and offer, a major tournament to the supporters, because every country I've worked in, I've always seen the effect that has on the supporters. They live in front of the television screen, or they're waiting for the results. They talk about it in cafes, and it galvanises the public, especially a good tournament. So what we're seeing today was one of the reasons that we put those miles in, that we went through a very tough campaign and finished off with a very, very tough game against Libya in Tunisia. And then if I'm going to comment on AFCON itself, I don't think we can be satisfied with the preparations. I don't think we can, and in our debriefs we're going to have to reflect that. We came there, and there was teams that played 3 and 4 games, and we were going in on the back of a half against Ghana, so it wasn't sufficient, and we all need to have a look at ourselves and say, well, why didn't we give the boys better? The first game, I thought, reflected that. I think we looked a little bit sluggish. I think our attacking play, we weren't in sync, and that's even at that, it was still 1-0 to Ivory Coast, who should be one of the powerhouses. So we still felt we were in that game. So the second game against Namibia, and Namibia now have played 4 games, 4 friendly games, and we've just got a half against Ghana and then the game against Ivory Coast. I thought we did quite well against Namibia. Our attacking play was much better, and the result could have been bigger. So then we've got Morocco, knowing that probably a point is going to be enough for us, but we don't want to go out and play for a 0-0. But as the game develops, it goes from being an even game to the last 15-20 minutes played in our half of the field. And they played well, because Morocco are a good team. And that game, I think, changed a little bit the perception of people. That changed when they get a ridiculous free kick and the referee misses a blatant foul on Camo, and we lose to a set play in the dying seconds, which is very disappointing for us, and it threw us into a little bit of a grey zone. We didn't know if we'd qualified or not. But that 10 seconds in that game and 10 seconds in the Ivory Coast game, and people's perceptions would change massively based on results, and we know we're in a result-driven industry. So the Morocco game changed the perception. Now, we knew that. We knew that we weren't far off there. If we'd have got that 0-0 and gone through on our own steam, then the perception would have been completely different. But now we knew we had Egypt, and we had them in their own backyard, and we knew that there was probably not a lot of people outside of our dressing room that gave us a chance. But we knew also that we are playing better and better. We're feeling that we are in sync now. So I think the game plan that we put forward, the players were superb. And people tell me that African players don't understand tactical patterns, then I think they don't know what they're talking about, because I said after the game to the boys that if I'd have put that game plan to a team of Englishmen or Germans or Brazilians, they would not have executed it better. And the word execution was probably the right word to use, because I thought we executed Egypt.